Hey everyone, Kaylee, your friendly neighborhood hairstylist here, and I am here with the 4th installment of trying the hardest braid on Instagram. How did I get convinced to do this 4 times? I don't know. I like a challenge, but I do think we're gonna go ahead and take a break after this one. I've been doing one a month for the past 4 months. My arms and Anna Laura's back need a break. So this is gonna be the end of season 1 of hardest braids on Instagram, and we will be coming back. If you guys wanna see this, let me know in the comments down below. Before the finale of season 1, I decided to get a little nuts. So let's go ahead and bring on Anna Laura and show her what we're doing. This is what we're gonna be doing with your hair today. Boom.
Holy moly donut shop. That looks so difficult, Kaylee.
Look at this. It's
They're like woven together right there.
Yeah! This is my hairstyle _XO. She is another self-taught girl. She's from Finland, and she's really freaking cute.
So
she does
good.
this stuff on herself and on wigs, but in the intricate braid world, using real hair, using your own hair, unheard of. She's talented, she's killing it, she's working real hard to produce this content. She deserves it. Go follow her YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Go follow her Instagram.
Tell her that we sent you.
All right, but we're gonna be doing this intertwined loop braid madness today.
Wow.
You've got the stacked braid, you've got the loop braid, you've got the intertwined loop braid. This is a lot of the things that I've had to learn how to do rolled up into one. I've tried to shy away from extensions up to this point, but I think to get the fishtail braids as big as we want and have enough length to do everything, we're gonna add in some extra hair just for extra fullness.
Yeah, sorry.
It's really just to mimic what she did here, because if I want the same effect, I need the same base. You could do this on Anna Laura's hair. It just wouldn't look the same, and I'm going for it looking the same.
Right.
I think it's time.
Yay.
Alrighty then. So we've already got your hair straight. I have some straightened extensions. We're good to go. These are some old My Fantasy hair extensions. We're picking the extensions based on what's straightened and ready to go. It's highly technical over here. So we're just gonna do a little teasing. Alrighty, so we can already see probably in this camera, this section is so much thicker. And it's down to her waist now. So that's about the length that we're going for. And this is basically what I'm using to make the 2 fishtail braids. And right now it's just out of camera, but I'll see if I can show you guys. She has definitely like a shelf. There you go, you can see it. That's fine because we're gonna braid it. The good thing about braiding a whole hairstyle that has extensions in it is that everything ends up getting blended. So you don't have to have a perfect extension application before you do the hairstyle. You just have to have the roots in place because that's something you can't fix. You are all hair. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead. I'm gonna brush through all this, get it detangled, put some silkening products in. Then we gotta break down this braid. She also has a tutorial on this, which I am utilizing a little bit just because I've not done this specific style of braid before. But again, as with everything else, I'm trying to utilize it as minimally as possible. So I saw that she made it from the bottom up, but now I have to look at it again with only like a vague memory of how that went. So I remember that she started with the 2 fishtails. And then I think she takes another braid and she does the little loop technique, and then she does the second side, and when she does the loop technique she loops it through the hair that's looped on the one side. And then up here she does a lace braid with the loop technique only on one side and then fluffs it out and tucks it behind everything else.
I should have brought a snack.
Well, let's get started with some fishtail pigtails. And here we go. The flow. The row.
Oh my gosh. Guys, one of my biggest regrets in my life is downloading TikTok onto Kaylee's phone. Oh, you have to tell them about your screen time.
I'm like sending you multiple TikToks a day.
Yes.
It's great. I get to the end of the week and I get my little screen time report. My screen time was up by 180%.
180?
Exclusively because TikTok.
I didn't even know you could increase it by 180.
I just found out.
I feel like this is a problem. Do I need to stage an intervention?
I need a intervention.
Send help.
So we're gonna section this top hair out of the way.
This is a lot of hair that you're leaving up.
I was kind of thinking I should leave less.
Maybe go ahead and think through the section.
Oh, like make the sections?
One.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at who, look.
I don't want to do this again. This is what happens. She just kind of goes for it, and then she's like, okay, now I know I'm going to start over. And I'm like...
For some reason, for me, I think that I am a good problem solver, but I do try the most complicated solution first.
100%.
So I'm usually like, okay, but if we stand on one foot and hop and then twirl in a circle, and she's like, or you push this button. And I'm like, oh, you're right. That's never been my solution for a problem, but it's a perfect example of how I solve problems versus how Anna Laura solves problems. Yes. Starting with my Christina Soft Shine Grooming Cream. This has been the staple in this series, and we're gonna keep doing it. All right, we make the fishtail braids. I have a whole tutorial on how to fishtail braid. Still stand by it several years later.
Oh my gosh, that fishtail video, I remember when you were living in California and I was living in Houston, I was watching TV and an ad came on for Google Home and it said, Alexa, show me how to fishtail braid. And your video came up.
I know!
I was like, oh, it's Kayley!
Because these have to be fluffed out, I've gotten about halfway on this one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start pulling it apart. When you have a really long fishtail braid, I think it's good to go in sections like this, because when you wait till the end, it's often kind of a big baby hair mess, just because the hair has to rub on each other so much to pull apart. So when you do it in sections, then there's less friction on the hair. You have a lot more slack, so you're able to get the braid as big as you want. So now that I've already fluffed everything as I went, I'm gonna go through and do one more little pull apart. So the first fluff I did was to pull on every little piece of hair. Now I'm just gonna pull on the outsides just for one last little zhuzh. All right, cool. First fishtail braid is done. She's looking great. Another trick I'm using for the fishtail braid is that I am taking a little bit thicker sections rather than really small sections. I think those fluff out better. So we went on Instagram and asked for some questions that we could answer instead of doing all the challenges this time.
Which one of you is more outgoing?
I think Anna Laura is more outgoing. Like, I'm surprisingly goofy in social settings. Actually, no, if you see me on my channel, not surprising. But I am a lot more afraid to just walk up to people than Anna Laura is.
What's your go-to hairstyle?
Honestly, right now with the short hair, a lot of texture, this kind of wave or a barely there bend. I haven't been putting my hair up a lot lately. I've just been wearing it down and in my face as much as I can. What about you, sissy?
My go-to hairstyle is a ponytail. How do you like your coffee?
Oh, creamer. I like my coffee as creamer.
I like a splash of creamer or a dash of almond milk.
Okay, so the way that you do the loopy braid is that you're doing a 3-strand braid, and then you pull out a tiny piece and leave that to the side and braid over. Do the same thing on the other side, and then it gets fun. You have to take a piece out, set it to the side, pick up the piece that you let down last time, braid it in. Then you do the same thing again. And that way, when you're all done, you can take these little pieces that skip a stitch and you pull them out, and they're these fun little loopy things.
We know you watched The Bachelor. Have you also watched Love is Blind?
Oh, yes, I have. I'm also redoing this braid now because I realized I was braiding too loose. Yeah, I watched Love is Blind. I went through that series so quickly. Key takeaways. What was your favorite couple?
I think Cameron and
Lauren. Same. I think that's everybody's favorite couple. I called Giannia and her dude getting broken up from the proposal. They are both being so dramatic about it. That means they are very dramatic and this is not going to end well.
I could tell they both really liked speeches. I did not foresee Barnett and Amber
actually working out.
Not at all.
Nope. Was shocked as everything by that. Yeah, we loved Love is Blind. Too good. Too addicting. Bachelor, take notes.
Yeah, that is how you come up with a creative concept and execute it in an entertaining way. One wants to know, how's Pippin?
Pippin's great. Pippin's living his best life.
We recently positioned a little doggy bed underneath Kaylee's favorite chair to sit on, and he is so happy about it.
Yep, he used to beg to be in my lap constantly. Now he's like, listen, I've got a soft place directly under mom. Everything's good. Oh, I should have done this in pieces. It's making a big mess. Y'all see this? Yikes. All right, I'm going back to the top. Getting a lot faster at this. I think that I figured out a trick. I'm going to show you guys on the next braid. Just want to make sure this one works out first.
What's your go-to dinner recipe? Something you cook every week. I think my go-to is like a spaghetti bolognese kind of situation where I just throw in all the leftover vegetables. So I'll chop up like a lot of zucchini, put some broccoli, broccolini, anything like that into the actual like meat sauce, and then do it over noodles for my husband, and then I usually just put it over like a salad for me. Now that I'm saying it, it sounds kind of gross, but it's really good.
I've been obsessed with Daily Harvest. I ordered it on a whim because honestly, here's the real reason. I don't eat during work days a lot.
And I was like, excuse me, how many calories are you eating a day? Like 5?
It wasn't on purpose by any means. It was just like I just wasn't making eating well a priority or a practice in my life. I started getting Daily Harvest and I'm obsessed.
Yeah,
So
it's so good.
my 2 go-tos, I get the cauliflower rice pesto every week and I get the minestrone soup every week. And yeah, not sponsored at all. Have never talked to them, but would love to.
Hook a sister up. What do you guys like to do in your spare time? We're either with our dogs or watching TV with our dogs.
I do love TV, so I think that is definitely part of my spare time. I'm currently going through and KonMaring my space. I've been going through and reorganizing things and getting rid of clutter. Working a lot on just like, I've decided that I want to be focusing on myself a little bit and, you know, just doing some good stuff that way. We got the first one done.
Yay!
The only thing I'm kind of bummed about is that the bottom of it is a little fuzzy. Other than that, I think it actually looks like it's
really
supposed
good.
to. I do think one thing I failed to take into consideration is that she most likely left out pieces of the fishtail braid to braid into this looped braid so the 2 would stick together just from hair. But I'm gonna use bobby pins. Because this is enough work. Alrighty, but now we're going on to the next one, and now I have to start looping pieces through the stuff I've already done without disrupting it too much. Now you leave your little piece out. I'm going in over the top, and I'm piercing just on the outside so it leaves that piece out, braiding the rest over, getting that out of the way. This one gets left out and braided over. But now, for my trick, you pick up your little piece. So this is the piece that's gonna get left out. This is the piece that you're braiding. You pick up the piece you're braiding, put these together, braid over, and just move this guy out of the way. All right, and I'm very impressed by the fact that in the video I watched, she was able to do this without the clips, but I'm gonna use clips. I am taking this little section and I'm gonna put it through this loop, and I'm just gonna grab it with my fingers and pull it through. Now I'm going to put that with my braiding section and let out the next little section that's gonna just chill. You can see now we have this little interlocking braid. Ah! For my little trick, pick this up, pierce the outside of the braid, goop the braiding portion, braid it over. And then this little guy just chills over there waiting for its mom. I'm gonna use a topsy tail instead of my fingers because if I keep using my fingers, when we get down to these really hairy pieces, I'm gonna make a mess. And then I'm gonna feel like I have to redo it. And then Anna's gonna murder me. And we just don't want that.
That would be the course of action.
So I'm gonna stab it through the little loop, gonna pick up my little section, put it into the topsy tail and pull it through. Wunderbar.
Do you guys copy each other's fashion sense, or do you have your own style?
Oh gosh.
We both definitely have our own senses of style, but we rub off on each other. But we can identify when we have rubbed off on each other.
It's true.
I noticed you guys grabbed the new Kristen S line. Will there be a video on that?
So we're doing a fun little video with, I think, your most requested
Yes.
products reviewed.
We are reviewing just a lot of shampoo and conditioners.
So we got so many sent and so many people have been asking about it.
Yes. What are some crazy things y'all did together as teens?
Nothing. We were such good homeschooled kids.
Oh, I know what it is.
What was it?
Like sneak watching TV shows.
Yes. So we didn't have cable growing up and we weren't really allowed to watch a lot of like current movies or TV shows, but my parents didn't quite understand the power of the internet. I became very good at finding ways to watch shows online way before Netflix and Hulu.
We sneakily watched America's Next Top Model together. That's where I learned all my posing from. I was trying to make my neck long.
I've decided to stop trying to smize because I realize that it makes me look like a crazy person.
How do you deal with sick days being a YouTuber?
So there's not too many times where we are sick or whatever, but when it does happen, Anna Laura's built in time to the schedule to where we can like not shoot on a day or shoot less on a day. So typically we're able to actually take a sick day.
There are times though that you guys have seen Dayquil Kayley because there's sometimes we actually have to do it that day, but those are few and far between. Would you ever go brunette?
Nope, did it once, would never do it again. Not because I dislike brunettes, but because I did not enjoy my time as a brunette. Oh, girly. All right, we're getting through this. I accidentally put the same loop twice. This is so much harder than I thought it was gonna be. Oh my gosh.
What hair color did you guys have in high school?
Just my natural color. Just the one up here, this guy.
I had the biggest hair transformation
Oh
in
man.
high school history. From being a dark brunette my freshman year. Then I discovered sun-in. And sun-in would become both my best and my worst friend. My hair started to turn
Orange.
very orange. And Laura, what does it take to get the hardest Instagram hairstyles out of your hair? A lot of time and a lot of patience. Maybe this is a really personal question, but how are you doing?
Oh, I think I probably answered that a bit in my 10 years on YouTube video, but honestly good. I know that the last time you guys saw me get like up close and personal before the 10-year video was like I was going through it. And also I think I was a little bit afraid of like what everybody was going to be saying about the whole getting divorced thing. So I think you saw like the extra sad and kind of scared version of myself. But honestly, I'm doing great. I'm thriving.
You guys know it.
I'm so much happier. This is the last interlocking one I have to do.
Yay. Tell us about your dancing career.
So here's the extent of my dancing career. I started dance when I was 9 years old. I did basically all the non-partner styles like ballet, modern, jazz, tap, hip hop, and I loved it. I was the Dwight Schrute of my dance class. I took it all way too seriously, but I super loved it. My dance teacher had me start assisting with teaching dance classes when I was 14. I taught a bunch of classes when I was 15 and 16.
Including my class.
Like part of me wanted to have a professional dance career, but my back is kind of a mess. I was overweight for most of high school and thought that I was kind of like stuck that way and didn't think I could have a career being an overweight dancer. I know. That kind of sucks that was like my mindset. But also, I think it was like I don't see myself doing this for 10, 15 years. Yeah. So I danced through like the first year of college and then I stopped. But I miss it. Honestly, I want like a legit adult dance class.
Yes.
I'm going to try this Color Wow hairspray for the first time. So I'm going to spray this lightly and then I'm going to go over each piece and kind of get the hairs all stuck together. We took a brief lunch break, feel like a human again. We're moving and grooving. We just got the last little half to do. All right, so this is going to be a lace braid. So now that we've had a snack, Anna Laura, you want to talk about your dance career?
Oh yeah, sure, let's do that. Well, we're gonna do like Spark Notes version because my dance career lasted a very long time. So I started dancing when I was 4. I loved it. I got really into ballet as I got older. I would do like the Youth America Grand Prix, and I think that's when I really like switched out of the ballet mindset. Because actually when I was doing that competition, you get like feedback on your variations, and one of the judges actually like marked that I needed to see a nutritionist and like lose weight.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Because she was athletic. Not like, oh, it's okay, you're athletic. No, like she was made of muscle.
I guess at that point I felt like kind of left out and like I didn't really belong in the ballet community because it's something I'd heard a lot. Like I started doing more of like contemporary and modern. They were just a lot more inclusive of like people of athletic builds too. So going into high school, I did a lot more of that, but I still was very serious about ballet. And when I graduated high school, I auditioned for a bunch of companies, and I actually got into all of them that I auditioned for, and it was split right down the middle. It was like half of them were ballet, and half of them were modern and contemporary. And I ended up deciding to go down that modern contemporary route, and I danced with a contemporary company in Houston for 3 years, and I loved it. And I still love it. I got in a bad car accident. That was rough. Got rear-ended by a school bus. It was not a great time, and that kind of like ended my dance career there because I got some really bad injuries that I couldn't really work through. This is like sounding so sad. I moved back though, and I have been teaching ever since. I still love it, but yeah, it kind of just has a different place in my life now. How long on average does it take to get a YouTube video up from recording to us watching it?
So it depends on the video. Some videos are a lot easier and some videos take a lot more time. So like the week of videos, I think are some of our most intensive ones. Yeah. Whereas certain videos, product trials and things like that can be filmed a little bit more quickly. But in general, we have to go through a pre-production process, a process of actually filming it, and then it goes into post-production where it gets edited.
I would say it takes anywhere from like 3 days to like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So just somewhere in between there. It just really depends.
When we say 2 weeks, that's like some of that is working and some of it is waiting for our editor to get the edit done and then going through like rounds of revision. So it's not like 80 hours directly of work necessarily.
Right. Do either of you ever get recognized when you're out in public? I haven't.
No, you did back in the day. Like there was a while where you would get recognized more than I would, or at least talked to more than I was. My favorite time of getting recognized was I had just come from such a hard workout. I was completely soaked from sweating. It was not a cute moment for me. I had to go to the grocery store for something. And I was like, okay, just gonna like do this, hope that nobody judges me for being this gross at the grocery store. And then I'm walking up to the grocery store and somebody stops me and they're like, I love your channel. I just have to tell you this. And like, I appreciate that more than anything. I need you to know. but I was like, I can't even believe you recognize me in this state.
Hey, if you guys do ever see us out in public, say hey to us.
Yeah, you're more than welcome
That'd be
to.
awesome.
It makes my day. Favorite character from Schitt's Creek? I love Schitt's Creek too much.
David is my favorite.
Alexis is my favorite, which you won't get unless you've gotten a few seasons in. I do also love David, have to be fair. I've just got to tuck these in the back and we're pretty much done.
No freaking way.
Yeah.
I look like a Lord of the Rings character.
You do.
The shade.
Do you have a real job as a hairstylist?
I'm sorry. Is it 2020?
This is a real job, guys. Not
Yes.
only do I pay my own salary, I pay multiple people's salaries. So, like, I have a real job. But yes, also I'm a hairstylist and I do occasionally take on clients when I feel like it. But I'm at the level where I don't have to.
Oh my gosh, I've got to wash this off.
All right, let me take a picture of the back so I can show it to you.
That's so cool.
Yeah?
That looks like the hardest thing you have done.
I think so. Let's go back to the... I mean, okay,
It
hers
doesn't-
is so much cleaner, I can't even. But this is like the, let's call it the Blake Lively version and pretend like it was on purpose.
Oh, I love that. It's like the boho version.
So I feel like I did the braid, but it does not look anywhere near as much like the original as I wanted it to. And I kind of want to do a season 2 now to redeem myself. So let me know in the comments if you would like to see that.
Okay, also let her know in the comments that she doesn't need to redeem anything. This is very impressive.
Anyway, I had a fun time doing it. It was harder than I expected, especially because I've done that braid before on myself with a French element.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, I could do it on me, but way different and harder. And yeah, it was a lot. But I really, really liked it. And I kind of want to keep working on the loop braid skills.
Yeah.
It's one of the first braids that I've taken away from this series, being like, I kind of want to work on that more. So that was this episode / season finale of trying the hardest braid on Instagram.
Did we do it?
Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about it. But with that being said, we're going to go let Anna wash her tan off.
Oh my god, every time I see my arms on the camera.
If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button to help support the channel.
My arm is so orange. If you're new here, you can click that subscribe button to join the Braidaholic family here on Kayley Melissa.
And all of y'all can hit that bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. But that's it for today, whether you're old
Or new.
or a casual lurker.
Thank you for spending time with us.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Mwah.
Bye!
Stop making that face. Scott was a big fan of it when he just saw this front part, and then he saw the back part. Not as much a fan anymore, huh?
No,
It's just too much for you.
it is.
What's your ideal braid?
Your wedding braid was nice.
Oh, that's a good one. It is time for a braid update. Let me just show you guys this situation. Alright, I don't even know where to start on all of this. It feels like a blanket is on my head. Honestly, this braid has not been too bad to wear around. It's very nice and like out of my way. Nobody really commented on it. I think this braid has been the easiest to take out so far, which is hilarious because it's definitely the hardest braid she's done. This was a great one to end on. I'm like really obsessed with my little waves that I have going on here. They look a little beachy. Alright, well, time for bed. Oh my gosh, I have to go wash this off.
Go wash it off, girly.
It feels like an alligator's tail.
Okay, first of all, I forgot to save the hairstyle. Whoopsie
What
daisy.
a do, but this is our 4th episode.
You'd think I would have figured it out by now. That would slap.
Cute.